So Trevor Noah, he did what I thought was just a brilliant commentary on social media the other day. I saw it. I think it was on Saturday, and it was interesting that it took someone from like South Africa or from Africa to be able to see, but he was talking about our social contracts and kind of the way that we have, whether they're spoken or unspoken, these kind of contracts or agreements as a society and how we're going to behave, how we're going to treat one another. We've seen a lot of that with the shelter in place around the world when it came to the COVID-19 and how people were, for the most part, willing to stay inside or to wear a mask when they go out so that they can protect their fellow citizens. So yeah, like we did see the social contract in work. So at work, so it's a little disappointing, although not surprising, to see like such an uproar right at the end of the kumbaya, where everyone's, oh, we're all in this together, unless you're like, so it's a real disconnect, and it's unfortunate that like all the kumbaya is kind of ripped apart by this kind of a division in society, which I do question. Like, I totally get, as a black woman myself, I have two adult sons. So, and one is an artist, another is a musician. So when he travels, like even the clothes that he wears to be on stage, like when he's traveling, I'm terrified every time. Like he has to go out, or if he's in a car, because there have been incidents where he is maybe like singled out or pulled over for where somebody else maybe would not have been. So I totally understand that frustration. I understand that trepidation when you have a family member, and the anger and the anguish that you would feel seeing like having a loved one taken away in such a manner is devastating. And it's like, so I totally understand that. And so I thought it was very interesting that Trevor Noah was talking about these societal contracts and how, what is the payoff for upholding this contract if you as a citizen feel like that you are fair game and that you could be hurt, or that your life could be in danger, or you could lose your life in something as simple as an interaction with the police, who I think a lot of times we forget they are our employees, if you will. Our tax dollars are what keep the police departments going. It's like we vote on this on a regular basis, whether that's in local or city elections, or whether it's municipalities, all the way up to our national elections. We vote for these people. We vote for the money to pay these people, and it's our tax dollars. So that does make us kind of like their employees, and our employees are there to serve and protect. And so it's disheartening, and it's frightening to think that someone that is literally there to protect you, to serve you in the highest way, and which I would believe that a lot of these officers, when they when they took the swearing in to be a police officer, I'm sure that for this part, 98% of those officers like meant that, and they're out there on the streets and they're doing their best every day to serve and protect. So that's why I think, and I talk a lot about ethics, and so I do feel like that's one situation where it's making it bad for everybody. If I'm an officer, I'm speaking up about the bad apples, because it's going to make it harder for everybody to do their job. So that you create a mistrust, and if you got people that are depending on you to protect them and they don't trust you, then that's a very scary situation for both parties. And it's like, I grew up, like, my stepfather was a police officer, so I can see it from both sides. I can see how frightening and scary it could be going out on the streets right now as a police officer and in that uniform, when you've got cities all across the country that are erupting in like this craziness and violence, and so a lot of it like completely unwarranted and unnecessary. So I totally get where this like frustration and anger is coming from on both sides. But I do think that we have to like really stay focused in how we choose to respond to that, and how we choose to